Seth Rollins is critical of the difficult Bray Wyatt character. Plus, a UFC Hall of Famer is appearing at Extreme Rules, and a WWE Hall of Famer has confirmed an in-ring return. It's all in the wrestling news right now. On October the 3rd, he asked me what day it was.
What day is it?
It's October the 3rd. And it is mere days until Extreme Rules. You said this on Friday. It's sort of the most eagerly anticipated BWWE show in a while.
Yeah, I think it's a really, really strong card. I'm excited, Tom.
Yeah.
I'm very excited.
Live reactions with Adam and I on Saturday night. That'll be a lovely time. And it could be the time that the White Rabbit finally makes an appearance. The White Rabbit seemingly being Bray Wyatt.
What?
No, Wyatt.
You're joking. You're having a laugh.
You're having a giraffe.
However, Seth Rollins has been burying Bray Wyatt. No, he hasn't. He's being critical, and I think fairly so, of how difficult the Bray Wyatt character can be to book. What's he said?
So, speaking to Ariel Helwani, great interview that these two have, by the way. They really get into the weeds on a whole bunch of things. And he was very honest about his feelings towards Bray Wyatt, saying the Bray Wyatt character was just difficult. If you look at anybody that worked with the Bray Wyatt character for an extended period of time, they didn't come out of it better than they went in. It was very difficult to have a story with him where, aside from Randy Orton, obviously, who killed him, it was difficult for anyone. Maybe Daniel Bryan. Bryan may have escaped a little unscathed, but I mean, everyone else pretty much met a dire end for their character. Seth Rollins, in particular, had a rough time with The Fiend. It was at the height of his Universal title run, and they kind of painted themselves into a very red corner with those two.
They did. I think he's specifically talking about the Fiend character here rather than cult leader Bray, isn't it? Because I would certainly argue that more people came out of a regular Bray feud, you know what I mean? A cult leader Bray feud, pretty well. I think it's a fair critique because the Fiend was presented as this unstoppable monster. They come in, they have him win the big one, and then it can get difficult to book. I think it's difficult to get him to drop that title, which is why we saw the mess with Goldberg and all of that. I don't like to think about. What are your thoughts on it?
They had to keep the belt away from him. I think it was a mistake to do that. I think it's the mistake to go, oh, this guy's really popular, therefore we should make him the number one guy. Well, no, you can still, make him a big part of the show without having to put him in a title program.
You look at Taker, a hugely popular character, and although he held, the world title several times, he never really held it for that long.
No.
And he was still a massive attraction without it. And I think that's the way that if they're gonna bring the Fiend back, that's the way it should be. I really like the idea of, and I know a few people have said, I can't remember who said it on the news desk, the Fiend being the alter ego for, he's the final boss. He's Finn Balor's demon, and you only bring him out when it's absolutely necessary. And I think, keep him away from the title picture as well, because if you've got an unstoppable monster, it's never that fun when that stops, is it?
No, when the fun stops, stop and all that. But there is a different unstoppable monster stepping into the path of Seth Rollins on Saturday, that being UFC Hall of Famer Daniel Cormier. Now, Cormier's been alluding to wanting to do wrestling-based shenanigans for a little while now, and this could be the start of that, couldn't it?
I'm livid. I wanted Shamrock. Shamrock so bad. Shamrock's the man for it. Anyway, right. Cormier said in a statement, the Rollins-Riddle feud has gotten very intense and personal. There's only one person qualified enough to oversee this brutal match at Extreme Rules, and it's me! I'll see you guys in Philly next Saturday. More information is going to be revealed on tonight's Raw as well. WWE teasing that.
Now, you're not the only person that wanted Ken Shamrock to oversee the fight pit at Extreme Rules, because Ken Shamrock also wanted to oversee the fight pit at Extreme Rules. He put out a tweet saying, seen posts about people wanting me to guest ref the Rollins-Riddle fight pit, so we'd have called it the Lion's Den, lion emoji. Someone would have to let WWE or Triple H know. Maybe he's still angling for it, just to kind of be on the sidelines, just in case, Cormier trips down the stairs or something.
Have a referee each, like Invasion. You got a good ref, and then you got your old Nick Patrick ref, and that's Cormier.
Shamrock's sort of persona non grata status in WWE always confuses me.
Yeah, I don't know what it was. I know he popped up on a list that I did, which was about no-shows. So maybe there's some animosity there, but they've gotten over bigger things.
That's what I mean.
I loved Shamrock. I thought Shamrock was brilliant, and he's one of those people that I didn't really appreciate at the time, because I didn't even know what UFC was. I mean, I don't watch it now, so I'm not excited about Cormier, for example, and I know a lot of people will be. Honestly, this is the match that I don't really want an outside factor in. I really don't want this to be screwy in any way with Cormier. I think if he calls it down the middle and he's a cool, legit present, that's awesome. That's I can get behind that. But I think it's such an intense and personal feud. I just want to see those two go at it with a referee that might not get involved.
I think maybe at the end, I think it'll be Riddle beating Rollins, and I think it'll be Riddle getting annoyed with Cormier's officiating and Cormier just lamping him.
And then Saudi Arabia, Rollins and Cormier.
Oh,
it's coming up.
Rollins and Cormier, Roman Reigns and Logan Paul.
Yep.
What a Mad Limb night that's going to be.
That's going to be huge.
A crown jewel. Bring the noise. Bring the noise. Let's talk about the future of Brandy Rhodes. So Cody obviously still away, recovering from ripping his arm to smithereens. But Brandy was spotted at the Performance Center recently. Is she coming in, Adam?
Well, according to Fightful, you're about to find out. Cody Rhodes is signed to WWE. Brandy Rhodes, technically a free agent. Fightful had reported this summer that Brandy had participated in some matches at the WWE Performance Center. A few pictures got leaked of that you may have seen. But we haven't heard of a deal being reached in that regard. We'd also heard that she was hopeful she could integrate Culture City with WWE, as she's a board member of Culture City.
Potentially, then. It's neither. I mean,
the fact that she was training.
I think, the fact that she's at the Performance Center shows that there is some intrigue in her there. Now, Fightful go on to say they've not heard of any subsequent contact between Brandy Rhodes and AEW, but a source familiar with the situation did say that Warner Brothers Discovery had made contact with Brandy back in September, because we know that the Rhodes family were looking at some shows within the Warner Brothers family. They were sort of going to be those people that moved away from wrestling and sort of got more involved with the television side of things. I'm not surprised that there's been some contact there. Five will say those that we've spoken to claim that Brandy and WBD aren't typically in regular contact now, but however, they do maintain a cordial relationship, and we don't know the context of those conversations. Presumably just sort of hearing out where she's at. Yeah. You know, because she could be somebody that does stuff with WBD. If she's a free agent, she could do stuff with them anyway.
Yep.
You know, I like her show. I like the cooking show that she does. Well, she did with the AEW roster. I thought it was good fun on the YouTube channel. I think there's certainly some presenting chops.
That's where I sort of want to see her. If she comes back to WWE, I think, and it might feel a bit weird after we've seen her in a more sort of prominent role over the past few years, but I can take or leave her wrestling, to put it kindly.
I like that promo that she did with Jade Cargill, where she went all like angry and very earthy with some of the words she was using. She called her a trifling lady or something.
I just think I think she's got a lot to give as far as announcing backstage interviewer goes. And that isn't a slight on her or anything. I'm just not that fussed if I see her in the ring proper again.
Would you be fussed if you saw Ricky the Dragon Steamboat back in the ring, Adam Pacitti?
Never heard of him. Who's that?
Yeah, he's a sprightly young up-and-comer with a bright future.
When I saw this get posted, I was honestly buzzing about it, especially after Steamboat pulling out of the Flair nonsense and what that turned into. Ricky Steamboat has done himself proud here.
This is the equivalent of when a friend of yours asks if you want to go for a drink and you say no, but then you end up posting photos of a night out anyway. This is so Ricky Steamboat was indeed initially connected to Ric Flair's last match. Ric Flair's last match has now happened, so Ricky Steamboat says it's now safe to go out. And at Big Time Wrestling, Return of the Dragon will take place. So Steamboat teaming with FTR. And okay, we're not quite out of the woods yet in regards to the Ric Flair situation, because he's facing a team managed by Arn Anderson that features Brock Anderson, his son, Jay Lethal as Black Machismo, and a mystery partner.
No.
Fire me! I'm already fired!
Steamboat...
I'll never retire!
Steamboat didn't want to do it, and Flair's performance at Ric Flair's last match will not have convinced him otherwise. That wasn't Ricky Steamboat watching on telly at home and going, oh, bloody hell, why did I turn this down? He's still got it. This is great. This is great. I missed out. My legacy is ruined. This is somebody else, but maybe connected to the Horseman.
You can't help but you know what they're doing by adding the mystery partner thing and flipping Arn Anderson's the manager. You know what you're doing, big time wrestling.
I want to see Sid in there. If you're going to see a former Horseman who's still with us, give us Sid.
Don't threaten me with a good time. The Briscoes will take on the Rock and Roll Express on that show as well. It'll be Ricky and Robert's final match as a team. But we've heard last match
at the Dorton Arena, right?
Yes, it's the Dorton Arena specifically. Yes, they'll wrestle anywhere else, but the Dorton Arena's out.
No, that's it. That's actually it. I don't think. Correct me if I'm wrong. I don't think this is their last match as a team. I think this is the last match as a team at the Dorton Arena. That's the way that I read it on the poster.
Wow.
Maybe I misunderstood. I thought Gibson was like proper wrapping it up last year, maybe the year before.
Oh, so this is kind of their farewell Yellow Brick Road tour, isn't it? Where there's the last time we'll play this venue.
It's one of them. Yeah.
Either way, Ricky Steamboat's back. I'm excited to see it because Steamboat's return last time we saw him blew us all away.
But keep in mind, what was that? I want to say 27, WrestleMania 27?
Oh, God, over 10 years.
No, it might have been... let me know. Let me know.
Long time.
I probably got that wrong. It was a long time ago, and it was amazing when he did it. Much deserved. You still got a chance, and sometimes I think that's a little overused. But if anyone deserved that chant that night, it was Ricky Steamboat. But it was a long time ago.
Well, we'll see if he still got it next month. More wrestling news throughout the day at cultaholic.com. Stay safe. Love you. Bye.